Circulation is equal to what? 0, right? Circulation equal to 0. Okay, doesn't mean there is no vorticity inside. Agree. 前面没有任何流场，没有任何的 circulation. We don't have any circulation for the section here. Because if you take an integral of line integral, line integral, line integral, this and this will be reverse direction, so it will be cancelled. So circulation equal to 0. That means inside this region we don't have any vorticity. Agree? Yes. 对不对？没有任何 vorticity. So incoming flow we don't have any vorticity. However, when you go into the boundary layer region, this is the boundary of the wall. Okay? Here, velocity profile become like this. You just do the homework, right? Study the boundary layer equation, right? And then you will take a peek about the chapter. Okay, and remember it's 8 or 9. Okay, in the IG query. Okay, they give you the once you have a velocity enter some kind of boundary layer, you get the velocity profile like this. Okay. Okay. So velocity profile like this. If you take the circulation here, what happened? A to B circulation equal to 0, right? The line pace. And B to C is U times this distance, right? And C to D, okay, if even inside the boundary layer, we a little bit y direction velocity, but we can neglect it, okay? So we don't have any velocity along this V direction, C to D. And D to A, what happened? Because non-slip boundary condition. So we don't have any velocity on the wall. So do we have a circulation here? We did, right? We did have circulation. We did have circulation. Okay? So we don't have vorticity here. However, we did we did have circulation here. So in the section 1 here, we don't have any vorticity. In the section 2 here, do we have vorticity? Yes, we did have a vorticity because we have circulation. Right? According to our chapter 3, okay, the omega times the A integral, surface integral give you the circulation. So here we have a circulation, and we have inside we have vorticity. Okay? If you take another section 3 here, okay, if you take a long enough, okay, this line BC here is away from this boundary layer. It's always a free stream flow. Okay? If you take this, what happened? It's circulation at the section 2 and section 3 is equal or not equal? It's equal, right? Because this is the circulation is U times this is a free stream. So from section 2 to section 3, our circulation is equal. So our vorticity inside this flow field should be the same. So we don't have any new vorticity from section 2 to section 3. Did everybody agree with this? Yes. From section 1 to section 2, we know this is section 1 here. 1 means section 1 at this location. We don't have any vorticity. And section 2 here, we find out there is vorticity. Where is the vorticity come from? From where? Boundary. Okay, one answer is boundary. However, 2 to 3 here, we have a boundary, Along the boundary, they don't have any new vorticity come from. What? Pressure difference. What do you mean the pressure difference? No velocity along the wall. Yeah, no non-slip boundary condition. So section 2 and section 3, for the circulation is the same, right? Vorticity inside here is the same. They didn't add any new vorticity from section 2, section 3. And from section 1 to section 2, we find out the vorticity increase. And you say the vorticity is from the wall. However, section 2 to section 3, on the wall we didn't generate any vorticity. What happened? We did have vorticity at section 2, but when 2 to 3, there's no new vorticity generated. Right?
Because the wall shear stress is always the same along 2 3.
Wall shear stress is always the same. Along what?
Along the wall.
Mm-hmm.
3.
Yes or no? Okay. My question is like this. You say, okay, from section 1 to section 2, okay, the vorticity change due to the wall. Right, that's your answer. My question is, section 2 to section 3, we have a wall, but there's no vorticity generate. Why? right, this is, they are clear.
Yeah, but I mean that because the wall shear stress will be the same, so there is no vorticity generated. If you change the shear stress and the renewable vorticity will increase.
Okay, not exactly. Your terminology may not be correct. The shear stress increase. Okay, let me show you. Okay, your correct answer should be like this. Okay, from section 3 to section 4, you can see that what happened. We have a ramp. Ramp doesn't mean we have the increase. Our service is going up, right? And going up means what? The U4 is higher. Right? U4 is higher. Okay? U4 compared to U, because our service is a contract, right? Contraction. If you have a contraction, friction velocity will be increased locally. Okay? So if you take a vorticity along the ABCD here, what happened? From section 3 to section 4, which circulation is higher? Section 4, right? Because the velocity here is higher. So circulation is higher, means this inside this region we have a higher vorticity compared with section 3. Right? Due to this. What's this? What causes a flow? When you have flow like on a flat plate, and when you have a flow with a contraction. What's the difference? Okay. The answer will be not because of shear, yes or no. Okay, usually they don't use in the shear stress. They're using the pressure gradient instead of shear stress. Okay, here is a shear stress. Again, you can see. I don't know the shear stress here is increased or not. Okay, but usually is okay. On the flat surface, what do you mean? The dP ds equal to 0. That's no pressure gradient, right? Pressure gradient. We call this pressure gradient. G-R-A-D-I-E-N-T. Pressure gradient, dP dx along the x direction. Okay. Usually on the flat plate, dP dx equal to 0 inside the region. So when dP dx didn't change, pressure gradient change. That means the surface didn't generate any new vorticity. Even original vorticity already exists. And then when they from section 2 to section 3, there is no new vorticity generated because the pressure gradient is equal to 0. When you have a pressure, what do you mean? This is pressure dP dx is what? Increase or decrease? Velocity increase, pressure decrease. dP dx is less than 0. Okay? So we call this is what? T1, T2 哪个比较大 ？Which one is the greater for this condition? Which is bigger? T1, right? That means upstream pressure is higher than downstream pressure. Right? Upstream pressure. So here, for this kind of pressure, we call the favorable pressure gradient. 所以你看书上面的时候，他就讲这叫 favorable pressure gradient。favorable 就是它用正确用词 ，favorable pressure gradient。为什么这样？很顺嘛，很舒服嘛。就是在这个流场里面，好像在漂浮。在做那个漂浮球一样， 漂浮船一样，就跟着跑。Very present, right? Under this kind of pressure gradient. Okay. When you have a favorable pressure gradient, boundary is the source of the vorticity production source. 所以当你是 pressure gradient, favorable pressure gradient, the boundary here is the general vorticity. The general vorticity from the favorable pressure gradient. Vice versa, if this is greater than 0, whatever, T2 is greater than T1， 下游压力比较大，对不对？你往前走，就是下游压力越来越大，阻力越来越大，压力。So this we call this is what? Anybody know what this? Adverse, right? What is adverse pressure gradient? ADVRSE. Adverse pressure gradient. Okay. When you experience adverse pressure gradient, whatever, your vorticity will be sink. So as you can see here, this is adverse pressure gradient. So this surface becomes a vorticity sink. This is the vorticity production source. This is vorticity sink. Okay. 所以表面有可能是什么 ？Sometimes the boundary can be either vorticity source, sometimes it can be vorticity sink. Okay. So that's again final question. From section 1 to section 2, where does the vorticity come from? Final question for you. From section 1, we don't have any vorticity. Section 2 here, we have vorticity. Where does the vorticity come from? Not from here, not from here. Because this pressure gradient is equal to 0. So it's not there's no pressure gradient, right? It's not a source of water. So surface is not a source. Only what? Where? 没有。Only where? 没有人回答。Is that nobody know? From here to here, where is the vorticity generated? Only this point. Vorticity is generated from this. There is a pressure gradient here. Okay, flow come in, there's a pressure gradient here. Very close to the leading edge here. Okay, so this is only the vorticity source for the freight plate. Okay, so if you study the boundary layer, you can see the boundary layer we can scale with some what? Scale with this boundary layer thickness, right? If you study the boundary layer thickness, delta, at the beginning delta increase, right? Moving downstream. Because there is no vorticity generated. So this is zero pressure gradient on the freight surface, right? 在平板流上面。Okay, so the boundary layer thickness is only due to what? Due to the diffusion process. So vorticity generated here with a fixed amount of vorticity, and this fixed amount of vorticity will start to diffuse in the y direction. So the boundary layer start to different profile.
So can I ask that? Is that can I say that is a stagnation point?
Yeah.
So actually, stagnation point is the source of all of vorticity.
For the freight plate. So you see, talking about vorticity, you have to realize this. Okay, not all the surface is a vorticity source. Not all surface is a vorticity. Okay, can generate vorticity. Freight plate didn't generate any vorticity. Okay, along the freight plate. Okay, you can check from section 2 to section 3, all freight plates. Okay, didn't change vorticity. Okay, so go back to when you have the boundary layer with what? With the pressure gradient, that will be interesting, right? So if you study the aerodynamics later, your airfoil, your flow happen here. to the upper surface here, you have the what? Contraction. Okay, this is dp dx equals what? Less than 0. Right? Pressure gradient is a favorable pressure in the top. When you go to a certain direction, okay, once you expand, okay, dp dx will be what? Greater than 0. Right? It's a L4 here, a certain angle of 10. So here we have a voltage source. Voltage we emit or the diffuse from the surface. Voltage will be going up because of dp. Here we have the voltage dp. Go back to the surface. Voltage down the wall like this. Okay. So that would be kind of give you another information about the vorticity. Okay. Okay, I think I run out my time. Okay, we still have 3 minutes. Okay, and this is I conclude. I think I finish to chapter 1 to 3. That's really basic. Okay, okay. I will go through the really basic fundamental of fluid mechanics. Okay, from the very beginning. Okay, even you are not learning good in undergraduate, but I hope after this 3 chapters, you're more familiar with what the fluid mechanics, basic equation or basic principle, basic concept. And next we'll go back. For our course, we will go to the second part of the course. We will go to the chapter 4, 6, and 7. Okay, and chapter 4, 6, and 7 is what? It's all application of this basic principle. Okay, let me show you what we are going to. Okay. So chapter 4, okay, we have chapter 4, 6, 7. Okay. And chapter 4 is what? Chapter 4 is the potential flow. Okay. So kind of introduce, okay, what's next, okay, and give you the map of what we are doing. So our course basic principle is from chapter 1 to chapter 3, and chapter 4, 6, 7 is all application. Okay, certain physical problem of it. So chapter 4 actually we will give you the so-called ideal fluid, and ideal fluid means invisible incompressible. Okay, and later, if you can see here, this is all the classification of the fluid mechanics. Okay, we have the continuum mechanics, fluid mechanics based on the continuum assumption. Newton number is much less than 1. That's everything can be seen as a continuum. Right, we start from here. Okay, so we can define our density, we can define our velocity based on the continuum assumption. Okay, that's here. And here we also, once we get this, we can try to write the basic equation for. We finally get a full Navier equation, right? And the energy equation also, and continuum equation. So we have a conservation of mass, conservation of momentum, conservation of energy, right? And everything will be included here. So. And next, what we are trying to do is we try to simplify our equation. Why do we want to simplify? Why not using the full Navier equation? 为什么不直接使用完整的 Navier equation to solve all the physical problem you can solve? Because full Navier equation is so difficult to using numerical to solve the. Okay, you have to simplify. Some of physical problems may not need to so complicated mathematics to do that. Okay, some of mathematics can be either simplified and then can still apply to some physical problem. Okay, so that's why from here we already go to the top full Navier equation. Okay, 我们已经教的最难的。Okay, and next we'll try to simplify it. Okay, and when you simplify it, you have to remember one thing. When we do this assumption to simplify our mathematical model, we lose something. And when we lose something, information in the mathematically, we may lose something in physically. Okay, so you have to consider: do we lose the physics of the flow or not when we want to deal with this kind of flow field? Okay, is our flow field still keep its physics, even we simplify our mathematical model. 当我们把我们数学模式变简化了以后，我们物理是不是还 keep？ 主要的物理是不是还 keep？ 这要你要考虑，因为我们把它简化了。So what do we simplify? First, we may simplify implicit, right? Implicit. Implicit means viscosity term in the full Navier equation all disappear, right? 所有的这些 viscous term 都不见了，就变成什么 Euler flow, Euler equation. Okay, 所以 implicit is one of the assumption. Even flow is not implicit. No flow is implicit. 没有任何流场是 implicit. How come we can use an implicit assumption? That's a question, right? 任何流场 any flow has viscosity. Any fluid has viscosity. Why can we assume mu is viscosity equal to 0? Why? You have to know. Okay, when you apply this, you lose some information. However, this information may not important to your physical problem, because all the viscosity effects is very near the boundary there. Okay, so if you don't know the inside the boundary layer, can we still get the most of physics or not? 如果说我们忽略 boundary layer 那些由于 viscosity 所造成影响的那一小层，我们只看外面 Okay, we just see the external flow outside the boundary layer, and then outside the boundary layer we can assume by this implicit assumption to get the most of physics of outside boundary layer. Can this outside boundary layer solution can be used or not? Okay, one question I think I run out of time. Okay, but for your homework, we did one thing, right? What we did? We give you the homework to the right hand side. The pressure, why momentum equation for the boundary layer. We get the dP dy is equal to what? Right? So here we have the pressure. Okay, outside the boundary layer here, P this is boundary layer, this is boundary layer. So dP dy this is the right direction. Outside the boundary layer here and here equal to 0 means pressure here and pressure here didn't change. Along y outside flow field under the implicit assumption we get the pressure here. Can this pressure apply to here? Yes. Right? Because we would like to know on the surface pressure we have to calculate the lift and drag on the surface, force acting on the surface. However, only we can get if under this implicit flow. The boundary layer information we lose. Information is lost because we didn't consider any viscosity. So this boundary layer we didn't know anything about that. So the mathematically don't have this information at all. However, we did know the pressure outside the boundary layer because of the implicit assumption. We can calculate the flow outside the boundary layer. And this pressure can be applied to here. Yes, under this. Right? That's how you did, okay, how you to justify. So you have to learn how to justify this, okay, in order to get the right physics, okay, and then to explain your physical phenomena. Okay, I will stop here anyway, okay, and then, so we will go into the chapter 4, okay, and then chapter 6, 7, 3 chapters, and then part 2 of that. So we may have homework this week, okay, for the chapter 3, okay, for homework. And then maybe the end of this month, I have to find the time. We may have a midterm, okay, for the chapter 1 to chapter 3. Let's get the 25, maybe. Okay. November 25 is not holiday, right? We may have a midterm for this day, from chapter 1 to chapter 3. Okay, so I will give you the homework, okay, today, and you can turn in maybe next Thursday, maybe. Okay, this is Thursday, and then we can discuss all the homework. Okay, I will return you from homework 1 to homework, and then discuss everything. Okay, and then November 25, 25th. We may have a midterm from chapter 1 to chapter 3. Okay. Okay, so try to prepare, okay, from chapter 1 to chapter 3, okay. It's still 3 weeks, okay.